So, I had another video chat with my kids tonight, and this one was actually kind of nice. I got to talk to both of them, and they got to show me some of the Christmas presents they'd got and stuff. And it worked out pretty good because I actually did not get them any of the same presents they already got, I don't think. So, so when I give them their Christmas presents, they're actually going to get something unique and not, you know, something they already got from somebody else. But there was a bummer, though, because they went ice skating with their mom, which is what I was going to do when I was supposed to have them on the court-ordered Christmas break. When I was supposed to have them, I wanted to go ice skating, and they did go ice skating, and Everett split his chin open and got 5 stitches ice skating. Probably because he wasn't being supervised well, honestly. So there's that to think about. Yeah, but I did get to talk to both of them, and I didn't get hung up on right away. It didn't look like there was any kind of incentive to hang up on me either. So I don't know if me video posting about, you know, how terrible the quality of video chats have been recently is helping in some way, or if just I don't know, maybe the slime mold had something better to do with their time or something. But I didn't get hung up on right away, which was really, really nice. So I got to talk, and I got to talk to Everett also, and Grace, and Everett was very excited because he got a new boom box. So I'm sure he's going to be a music lover, like his dad. So I said, but I am going to get you so many CDs, and I'm going to send him a million CDs, because I have an address for them now, and he has a boom box, so I can send my kids mixed CDs. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I'm pretty excited about that. I can send a lot of CDs. That's something that I can give him a full musical education even without getting to see him. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, just I guess I don't know. People have been, you know, messaging me and stuff and saying, hey, you know, careful about your video posts. You know, you might vlog something, you know, inappropriate, or I don't know, somehow it's going to hurt my case in getting custody of my kids. And I'm like, you know, I've never said anything that wasn't true or that was inappropriate on these video blogs. Everything I've said on these video blogs has been 100% accurate. And, you know, if something that I say that's 100% accurate is going to damn me or in some way hurt my kids' chances of getting to have their dad in their lives, then there's a problem with the system, you know? And that's part of what I'm documenting here. It's not just how horrible our society is and how unbelievably crass and just vulgar the parental alienation has been by one individual. It's about the fact that we live in a society where, this kind of thing happens all the time, you know? If I thought I was the only dad in the world who had his kids ripped away from him and then wasn't allowed to see them for half a year, you know, I don't know if I'd bother vlogging about it, because, you know, that's just a one-off incident, you know, like a freak case, you know? But the reality is this happens to dads all the time, you know? I'm not the only dad who's had his kids ripped away from him and doesn't get to see them, and whose wife has acted, or ex-wife, obviously, has acted like extremely inappropriately in front of the kids for, you know, most of the last year. Extremely inappropriately. And that's just what I know of, you know? I mean, the reality is she's just an inappropriate individual. So, I mean, there's what I know about that's happened that's been inappropriate, and then there's all the things that I don't know about that have happened that are probably inappropriate. Because that's, you know, I mean, she's a drug addict, alcoholic, psychopath, obviously. I mean, who else would keep, you know, the kids from a dad who was the sole breadwinner for all 4 of them for the bulk of the last decade? Who would do something like that? I mean, just the level of ungrateful, so the act of being an ingrate, whatever that is, it's just that the level of that is just over the top. I mean, I took care of that family, my family, willingly. I mean, you know, I'm not regretting my part in the activity, but I mean, I pretty much was the sole breadwinner for the bulk of the last decade, and now I can't even see my kids at all. They have to live with a stranger in the ghetto in Vista. I'm just like, I don't understand how anybody could even talk themselves into this being an appropriate turn of events for the kids mostly, and then of course for me as well. It's just like, wow, okay, so, you know, just the amount of things that I did for that slime mold, and then for her to keep my kids from me for 183 days right now. It's just, there's really no way to slice that makes it okay, you know? I mean, maybe if I was a depraved, you know, heroin junkie or axe murderer or something, but I'm neither of those. I'm not even a small percentage of either of those, you know? I'm pretty much straight arrow. You know, I talk too much, you know, I guess. You know, I have a couple of traffic tickets. Other than that, I mean, there's really like no crime that I've committed against anyone that I can think of. Certainly nothing that would justify the level of parental alienation that my poor children have experienced in the last 6 months. So, and we're gonna go in front of the judge eventually. She got served today, so honestly, like, I'm just over the moon on that, because now the legal process must move forward. She got served, and she's not going to be able to keep my kids from me forever. She has no grounds, zero grounds, and so that's what's going on here. Yeah, I'm over the moon that she finally got served, and you know, of course, you know, I mean, she should have been expecting it. She gave me the address, which, by the way, she failed to do for like 5 months, so I couldn't have served her any earlier. So, I mean, again, it's just, she's doing everything she can to keep her own children from being able to have a relationship with their father, and that's very, very wrong what she's done. And I'm hoping at some point there's some kind of justice, because I just I don't even know what that justice would look like, you know? I mean, I don't really want to take the kids away from her for half a year, you know? But I mean, I wouldn't do that, you know? You know, unless it was an extreme situation, you know? I mean, if she was an axe murderer or a heroin junkie, then maybe. But I mean, kind of. I mean, she's a raging alcoholic, and she took the kids out with drinking with all these random men this year. It's just like, who does that? You know, and it's really not just a condemnation of her, it's a condemnation of her whole family. You know, nobody could watch the kids. She couldn't go out drinking with these guys without the kids. What's up with that? Like, why couldn't somebody watch the kids for her while she goes out drinking with these guys? I mean, I couldn't have, because I was still in Oregon at that time. So, you know, not that she would have let me, obviously. I mean, look what she's done since then. So, but I mean, you know, why wouldn't somebody in her family say, oh, just drop the kids, you know, if you want to go out drinking with these Navy guys, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 more, I don't know, you know. I didn't hire a private investigator until last week, so I have really, literally no idea how many guys she went out with in front of my kids. And that's the real problem. It's the in front of my kids part that's the problem, you know. I don't, you know, I mean, obviously somebody goes through a divorce, you know, they're going to go and make some bad choices afterwards. That's not an uncommon thing to occur, I don't think. But to do it with the kids is just really unforgivable. I mean, to show them that you're romantically involved with like this guy, and then this guy, and then this guy, and then another guy, and then you're going to suddenly marry that guy. It's like, that's not good for the kids to witness. That's not a good example for the kids to follow, you know. I certainly, if my kids were acting like that, I'd be devastated, you know. So for them to see that and to like kind of learn that behavior is okay that's devastating to me, you know. I mean, that it happened is devastating enough, or it was when I found out about it earlier this year. I'm kind of over it now. Now I'm just glad to be extricated from that monstrosity. I mean, I literally, like, I can't imagine a pile of trash being more putrid and wretched than, you know, in such a way to like keep the kids from being able to have a relationship with their father, and then also show them that it's okay to go from guy to guy to guy to guy and be drinking the whole time. Of course she's drinking the whole time, you know. It's, you know, that's, it's just awful. It's just awful. And but, you know, I mean, let's look on the bright side and count our blessings. I had a lovely video chat with my kids tonight, and I didn't get hung up on until the very end, which I could tell the video chat was kind of winding down. So I was like, you know, that's when I start saying, like I say on every video chat, hey, I'm sorry guys, your mom won't let me see you at all. I'm so sorry. I'm fighting to see you guys. A man came to the house today to serve paperwork to her to make sure that she has to let me see you guys, you know, trying to give them some kind of hope that they're going to get to see me. Maybe just give myself some hope that I'm going to get to see them too. So just, but, you know, let's count our blessings. I got to have a video chat with my kids, and I got to talk to both of them. And then it wasn't interrupted, especially a little bit. I don't know. And it's like, that's interesting too. It's like, why are the interruptions? You know, just let me talk to my kids. Like, why do you got to be like interjecting and trying to throw stuff in there, like trying to get them to talk about this and that? You know, it's like, I asked the kids, I'm like, did you go hiking anywhere fun? Did you go, you know, outdoors anywhere fun? They just, nothing. Just movies, television, you know, just the typical like indoor garbage that I know is what their life consists of right now. And, you know, and so, but I'm trying to ask them that kind of thing. Not that I'm trying to build evidence for my own case, because I genuinely care and am genuinely concerned, you know, about what my kids' lives are like right now. And it's not good. And I know that, and so I'm trying to, like, you know, trying to, you know, I don't know, remind them of what their life used to be like, and point out that, you know, very soon, hopefully, at least part of their life will be like that again. As soon as I get custody, I mean, we're doing outdoor activities, organic smoothies, you know, that's my top priority in life right now. There's not anything else that I'm doing with my life that matters as much as making sure that my kids have those kind of life experiences and positive experiences that they're just not getting right now, you know. You know, but then meanwhile, you know, the slime mold's like interjecting in the background, like, tell them about the hike, tell them about this, tell them about that. It's like, I don't understand what the point of that is. Is she trying to interrupt and like make the case that she's like a good mother or something? Because she's recording the phone call and she's going to try and use that as evidence in some way. It's like, you've kept your kids from their father for 183 days. You're not a good mother. You're not even a good person. You're not even like a person. You're like, you know, literally, like, from where I'm sitting, she's like Joseph Stalin or, you know, Genghis Khan or something. I was just like, we don't know enough about Genghis Khan. He might have been not as bad as people think, but, you know, it's too far back in history. But I mean, you know, really, there's nothing she's going to be able to interject, like, while she's interrupting the brief 10-minute phone call that I get with my kids 3 times a week. There's nothing that she's going to be able to do to interrupt that's going to make her look good. If anything, it just makes her look worse. Because now she's obviously interested in what's being said. She's obviously, like, policing the kids during the call, which is another level of, you know, parental alienation. It's not that I just don't get to see my kids or hang out with my kids. That even when I'm talking to them, they're like being monitored and pressured to say this and don't say that, and they can't even, you know, the phone calls are just, you know, even though it's like the highlight of my week because I get to see my kids for a minute, they're not pleasant, you know, because they're being policed by this like insane psychopath Nazi who's like, you know, interjecting and interrupting and trying to get the kids to say this and not say that. And it's like, just let me talk to my damn kids, you know. What is the matter with you, you know? I mean, she's obviously just so spun. Like, her mental processes are obviously just so far outside of the range of, like, what's okay. You know, that she can't even, like, let me have a conversation with my kids. She's got to be there, like, patrolling and policing and all angsty and uptight about it. It's just like, ugh, so gross. It's pathetic. It's gross and it's pathetic. It's both of those things. And sad. It's so sad for my kids, you know? That their relationship with their dad ends up being like this weird policed video chat thing where they have to be like made to be uncomfortable. I mean, so many times during the video chat when I'm talking to Everett and Grace, I see them look up, you know, off to the side, like with this like fear, like this, they have this scared look, like, was I not supposed to say that? Like, am I going to be in trouble? Like, you know, and it's like, I mean, it's just such an obvious invasion on what little pathetic shard of a relationship I have with my kids at this point. And it's like, you know, every time before I can even start the call, I'm so excited to see the kids, and their faces pop up, and I'm just like, you know, I want to see their faces so bad. I love my kids, you know, and I finally get to see them. And I'm like, hey, kiddos. And like, she interrupts right away. Just want to let you know this call's being recorded, you know, like, okay, so the call's being, you record every call, like, and good. Like, you know, if anything, it just, you know, clearly outlines the malfeasance that you've, you know, committed against your own children and your ex-husband who provided for you and the kids for like the better part of a decade. And, you know, so yeah, please do record the call. Cause there's I mean, honestly, record them all and send them to me, because I would love to see every single one of those video chats and see why the calls are being recorded and what on earth, you know, anybody could possibly say about how I've been during those calls that's inappropriate, because there's nothing. And if you think you got something on there, you're nuts, which we know you're nuts. That's why you would not let your kids see their father for 183 days. So, whatever. It's just like, man, I wish there was some way to not be involved with the slime mold at all. I just don't want to see her or hear her or talk about her or think about her. But I'm forced to, because she's holding my kids hostage from me. You know? And it's just like, and she left me, you know? I mean, I could kind of see this behavior maybe if like I had left her and I had met some other woman or something, but I mean, none of that happened. She left me. She was texting these other guys all night. She slept with like a whole troop of Navy guys and then insta-married one, you know, and had my kids like, you know, as the ring bearer in her new ceremony. I mean, just gross and inappropriate. So inappropriate and nuts. I mean, how long has she been dating that guy? Like maybe 6 months? You know, I mean, obviously she was like crazy on the rebound, going from Navy guy to Navy guy to Navy guy like that. I mean, that's like not something a sane person does, or somebody who's like, you know, in a healthy mental place, in my opinion. But you know, whatever. But I did get to talk to my kids tonight, and that was nice. That was very nice. And despite the interruptions and the being hung up on, and the, you know, being encouraged to, you know, not engage in the conversation as well as they should or could or would if there was somebody else reasonable there on the phone call. It's so weird too, because it's like everybody's all involved. Like I can hear her and her new dude, Navy guy number 4, like I can hear them both, like, you know, they're like, you know, staring at the kids, like super involved in the phone call. It's like, dude, just let me talk to my kids. Like, why don't you guys go, you know, go make out or make a burrito or whatever you guys want to do. Honestly, like, you know, go start making cocktails. Lord knows you love cocktails. Go make some cocktails, you know. Let me just sit here and talk to my kid for a minute, you know. Kids, plural, which I got to talk to both of them tonight, which was very nice. Very nice. Yeah, so anyway, 183 days with 0 visitation based on absolutely 0 grounds. There's just no grounds. I know that at some point we're going to go in front of a judge and there's going to be lawyers and all that stuff. And there's going to be some attempt to show that this activity and behavior was reasonable. And I'm going to be very curious and bemused and and probably disgusted about whatever that the grounds is for keeping me from my kids for 183 days. I'm sure there's some kind of excuse, some kind of legal plan that the slime mold has to justify that behavior, but it's, you know, it's not based on reality, you know, clearly. I mean, I have literally like no record, no enemies, nothing, you know, outside of, you know, the slime mold. So, and it's like, well, be curious to, you know, see what their plan is from a legal standpoint. Because from where I'm sitting, there's just absolutely nothing. They got nothing. They got absolutely nothing on me. Nothing, not one thing, you know. But I did get to talk to my kids today, so it was a good day overall. I had a fun day today too. Had a couple of meetings with business partners, and went out to dinner with a good buddy of mine who's also kind of a business partner, and then I went out to second dinner with one of my old business partners who's still my good friend. We had some fun, played some chess. It's a nice day. It's a nice day, and I mean, I got to be out with my kids. I got to see both of them, talk to both of them. There were interruptions and whatever, and they were being policed, obviously, but at least I got to see him and talk to him a little bit, because it's better than nothing. So, but she got served today. The slime mold got served today. So I am going to be in front of the judge soon, explaining all of this in detail. And man, if I don't get some kind of custody after that, I don't even know. At that point, I won't even know what my recourse will be. But I just don't see it playing out that way. I mean, as soon as we explain the situation in front of a judge, I just see I can't imagine a judge anywhere in the universe who's going to be like, wow, this guy's really unreasonable. Let's continue to not let him see his kids. I can't see that happening. But you never know. I mean, I guess I can't. I mean, look what happened last time. She was like flirting with the judge, you know. Maybe my lawyer this time will be better. I'm really hopeful that my new lawyer is going to be better than my old lawyer. And she starts flirting with the judge during the court in front of everybody. It's like, okay, mistrial, new judge, whatever it takes. Because, like, I got so screwed out of the last one, obviously. Flirting with the judge, like, right during the trial. I got the audio transcript. You can listen to it. I should post that. I should put that recording. It's hard for me to listen to, you know, because that was like the day that ruined my children's lives. Because some, you know, idiot judge was flirting with my ex-wife, thinking, oh, she's just great. She's so stand-up and whatever. It's like, dude, she has 2 DUIs. She works at a dispensary. She's the one who broke up the family and is cheating on me with all these Navy guys. Like how the hell are you going to side with her on everything? Like, it's just like, it didn't make any sense at all. Any impartial judge who wasn't sexually attracted to her would have, like, thrown her out on her ear, you know? But, you know, life isn't fair. Life is not fair. And I guess my poor 4-year-old and 5-year-old had to learn that at age 3 and 5. It's just not something I wanted them to learn that young. But there I am. Anyway, I love you, internet fam, man. I have so many friends and family watching my vlog and, you know, trying to give me legal advice and stuff, and, you know, who genuinely care about me and care about my kids. And I love all of you. And thanks for watching. Hope you get something out of it. And have a great day.